Good evening. Happy Friday. I didn't post that I was going to do a live. It's kind of spur of the moment. I have a hair in my eyeball. Hold on. Sorry about that. Um, so I was just gonna do like a little chit chat, little Q&A. If anybody jumps on here, um, post up your comments in the chat box, and yeah, welcome. So, uh, let's see. Today was a great day. It was a great day. Um, I I love the days, like I always say, I love the days where I can go and clean everything in this car. I clean the car, I clean me, I clean my laundry, vacuum, wash the car. It was just a great day. It's just that's always going to be a great day for me. Um, I love to be clean and organized. Like I'm the type of person that everything has to have a spot. I know where everything I own is. So like if it starts getting messy, I deteriorate. Especially when you're living tiny, you have to stay on top of it. So I had an interesting conversation today with I met this man. Oh, what's his name? Hold on. See if I can find it. Sorry, over there. Um, anyway, I had this interesting conversation with this guy I met a few weeks ago. His name is Hamza, and he is from Yemen, and he is a Muslim man. And we we just I don't know. We met a few weeks ago at a store he owns or his brother owns or something, and I go in there like once or twice a week, and so we always talk. And today we just sat and talked for it felt like forever, um, about religion and politics and stuff. And it was, oh my gosh, it was such a great day because I love it when you can have adult conversations with people about religion and politics that they view things differently than you, but you can talk about it without getting emotional or upset, and that's, oh my goodness, that makes me so happy. In fact, we talked so much. He was like, "Do you want to come by tomorrow and we can keep talk like we can have like he just wanted to keep talking, but he had another appointment or an appointment he had to get to, and so he wanted me to come back because what we were talking about was so interesting to him. And so that just made my whole day, and um yeah, it was really just a powerful encounter. I love to talk to people of different faiths that believe differently than me. Some people get scared of that, like it's a challenge to them, to witness to people and stuff, but to me, like, I don't know it, because I'm also curious about what they believe. I love to know what other people think and what they believe and the root of their belief. And I like to know what makes people tick, and what um, I like to study people. So I like to study people's beliefs. And so to meet that man and to, hey, Melissa, um, yeah, so we're just gonna do a Q&A and just chat tonight. So if you have any questions or want to talk about anything, just drop it in. I didn't have anything planned other than just kind of run down, um, just a little chit chat. But yeah, so basically, so that was really cool, to talk to him. And he was a Muslim and totally different beliefs than me, but similar. We still believe in the God of Abraham, right? Like we're all descendants of Abraham, so we have that much in common, right? And so it's good to find commonalities with other people, and we had a lot more in common than differences, actually. And then what was interesting was, after this wonderful conversation with him, an adult conversation where um we both had totally actually different beliefs, but we tried to find similarities and had a very meaningful conversation. um and no emotionality whatsoever, where I didn't get upset that he believed differently than me, and he didn't get upset with me that I believe in Jesus, and he didn't try to prevent me from my beliefs. And then I leave that conversation with him, and I go and I was waiting for my laundry to finish, and I got on TikTok for a little bit, and I stumbled on some weird section of TikTok today, like liberal TikTok, and everyone's having full meltdowns talking, and they're all planning to go riot, and oh, Melissa, what do you mean? The measurements of the kingdom have already been given. Explain that. I think I know where you're going with that, but I don't want to assume that we're thinking of the same thing. But anyway, so I get on TikTok, and there's like full meltdowns. These people are just, I don't care if you believe, or you're Democrat or Republican or whatever, but contain yourself, contain your emotions, right? Like it's not an emotional thing, you know. 4 years ago when Biden got elected, nobody went and rioted or threw a tantrum or had a meltdown. Nobody. We were all just like, okay, give it 4 years, we'll vote again, and there will be a new president, like adults, you know. I don't understand how people like get so emotional when these things occur, you know, like it's like I that comes from a place of deep rooted fear, and to me, um illogical fear of you know, because I mean, Trump's already been president for 4 years, and we all survived, so I'm not sure why everyone's so terrified. But it was just really bizarre to have that really meaningful conversation with someone in a sane, sound, calm, peaceful, actually very meaningful way, and then to turn on TikTok and see people having full meltdowns. I was like, wow, what is happening in this world right now? But you could feel the emotion and stuff of these people, and they're planning some type of attack because they're all talking about these boots or something, like something, I forget what they're calling it, but it's like code word for guns, and they're planning on getting guns and doing stuff. Like Antifa, I guess, is probably behind this, but it's propagated by fear, you know, and it's really scary because these people like that are unhinged and not they can't even control their emotions. How can they control their self? You know, one of the fruits of the spirit is self-control. And so when you're dealing with people with zero self-control and they can't even control themselves, like their emotions, that's terrifying to me. You know, it's like, get a hold of yourself, have a reasonable conversation. Let's have logic, and you know, I think very logically. So like, I like to I don't know, I like to know both sides, you know. If I That's, and the same thing with religion and stuff. I don't even want to know what I believe. I want to know what you believe too. That's why I study all the different religions and all the different denominations and all the different stuff. I study these things because I want to know. Like, I want to know all sides. I want to know everything, so that it's like that way you can become all things to all men. You know, when you know who you are, it's easier for you to like help other people. If I feel like um there's a lot of people in this world that don't even know what they believe. They don't even know why they believe it. And if you ask them to reasonably sit down and talk to you, that's almost an impossibility. They can't do it. You know, they just get so emotional, and it's based off of fear, not logic. And I don't know. It mind blows me. It mind blowing me. Let's see, Melissa. Okay, so we use these measurements. We fulfill the 10 Commandments because we choose the heart's measures, where no, sorry, it's so tiny, I'm trying to read it, where no man can teach us except for the Spirit. Um, when you say measurements, what is your definition of that? There's a fart emoji? That's so funny. Well, the Bible says, I don't know, like, I'm not sure, because what you're saying, measurements, I'm not sure your definition of measurements, because that's not a word that's used in the Bible. Like, as far as, like, if that's um, that's what I'm saying. I'm not sure what your definition of measurements is. It's not like a teaching in the Bible that I'm aware of. It might be. I'm just not aware of it. So that's why I'm like, um, well, the Bible says the heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. And that's why we don't lean on our heart's understanding. We have to lean, we have to live by every word that comes out of the mouth of God. And the word is a lamp into our feet and a light into our path. Um, the length and the breadth and the height. So are you talking about in the gates of the New Jerusalem and the measurements of that, the 144 uh cubits? Is are we talking about that measurement? No, no. Okay. Sorry. I'm I, no, will you elaborate? Can you explain it? When you say the heart, I'm just trying to understand more before I don't want to like say something that yeah. Oh, so like loving your neighbor as yourself and the commandments of God? Is that what you mean? Did I use love today? Of course. What's up, my consecration journey? Hello. Render our hearts and not our garments. So that means to circumcise your heart, and rip your heart, like not your garments, because they used to rip their clothes when they were doing a show, like a public mourning or a public, and it was the outer thing of like, this show of remorse or whatever, this outer show of remorse, but that's like praying in the square loudly so everyone can hear you, that kind of thing. And God's like, don't do that. Rend your heart, not your garments. So cutting your uh cutting the foreskin of your heart so that you love other people, right? Is that right? Is that what you mean? Joel 2. Now I gotta break out the old Bible. Hold on. Gird yourselves and lament with you priests, wail you who minister before the altar. Come lie all night in sackcloth, you who minister to my God, for the grain offering and the drink offering are withheld from the house of your God. Consecrate a fast, call a sacred assembly, gather the elders and all the inhabitants of the land into the house of the Lord your God, and cry out to the Lord. Alas, for the day of the Lord is at hand. Yes. I've been thinking about this a lot lately. Like, where are we on the timeline? Um, and I've been just like reading Revelation over and over again, and I feel like I'm about to stumble upon a mystery. But like, I was trying to like break down Revelation again as to, you know, um, uh, the different seals and horses and all this stuff, and like, where are we at on that timeline? Because a lot of people read Revelation and they think that all these things like happen like one sequential, like one right after another at the end times. But I'm of the belief that the seals have been breaking ever since Jesus resurrected from the dead, and like they've, a lot of them are have been going on for the past 2,000 years, and we're kind of like further along in the timeline than we actually believe or actually are aware of. But that's just a deeper Bible study I think I want to do soon. I tonight my head has been thumping all day. Like I've just had this low grade headache all day, and I'm trying to like fight it. So I'm not thinking as clearly tonight as I would like. But anyway, anybody? I can't talk. Anybody got anything? um, what else happened today? I don't know. I got so many things. Oh, it was a beautiful day because the past like the past couple weeks have been really tight with money. So I've been like extra, like trying to um make things like, just be extra tight with everything basically to make things last and things like that. So so today it was like I finally come to the end of like I had no food left. I was like I had a quarter tank of gas. Um I mean, I was getting low on everything. I had this much water in my jug, and I was like, I'm almost out of water. And so but I didn't get upset about it. And I love days like this because sometimes that'll make a person panic, especially when it's been days where you're like, oh, nothing's coming in. I don't even know where I'm going to get my next dollar. And so today was one of those days where it could have gone either way. I could have been really, really worried because I was so low on every single thing. But instead, I just sat down and I prayed and I thanked the Lord for everything I had. And I just totally gave all my burdens to him this morning. And I was like, I have so much to do. And I had a few bucks and I was like, I'm just going to make it work. I made out my little plan, did what I could do with what I had. And then right as soon as I got the last thing on my little list done, I got blessed by an amazing sister, and so I was able to get all my chores done, everything else that really needed to be done that I didn't have enough for, and everything turned out beautifully. And I was just like, the Lord is so good to us. And it just reminded me yet one more time, like how important it is not to worry about your daily substance, because God knows what you need of before you do, and He's already made a way where you don't even know. And so I just love that because I'm telling you, it's so easy to worry and stress and feel burdened by things you cannot control. And in this world and in this time, it is so important for us to learn how to lean on God and trust God and thank God and be thankful for all the things that we have in our lives, whether it's enough or whether we think it's enough or it's you know and just enough to survive. It might not be everything we want, but if it's everything that we need, to be grateful for that and truly grateful for it, because I'm telling you, it is the key to everything. Your gratitude goes so far with God. And like it was, I truly believe today it was like I made a choice not to worry, and it turned out way better than what I thought it would. And so I love days like that, like where I just choose to trust God over the worry, because I just remember the last time when I went to LA, every single day I was so stressed out because it was my first real time walking by faith, and I was scared because I was sleeping outside, and or a lot of nights I was sleeping outside and battling all these elements and stuff. And it was my first real venture of faith. And this time around, I have so much more trust in the Lord. So it's really cool to see my growth in this journey versus the last time, because I really haven't worried that much since I've been here, and I've had a lot of reasons to worry. But like this time, I'm so much more intentional about not worrying. Like even when it gets close, where it's like a close call, I'm like, no, no, no. God's got it. God's always got it. And just choosing to be thankful. And I just can't tell you guys like how much that is um Melissa, thank you, Melissa. I'll read it again tonight. Thank you. Have a good night. Sorry, it takes me forever to read this tiny print. But anyway, I just wanted to say, like, just be grateful for like every little thing, because we're walking into some crazy times. Like, there's some people that are, you know, there's some tumultuous times still yet ahead of us in this world. And so I just truly believe that, like, living in faith and living in trust of God and believing in him and resting in his promises, and truly having that faith walk, where we're not going to worry about anything and trust God for everything, that is the best place to be. Because I'm telling you right now, with all the chaos and stuff, nothing is a surety anymore. Nothing is we're going into dangerous times, is what I'm saying. And we're going to have to know how to depend on God for every single thing and be content with the things we have. And that's all I wanted to say about that. But like, it was just, the more I walk with God, the more it's just like, I can just think the thought of the things I need, and he comes through for me. It's like stuff I don't even have to pray for. I'm just thinking about it, and it's like, boom, it appears. He knows my thoughts are far off. He knows what I need before I even do. And so anyway, you know, we have to learn how to trust God. If we don't do anything else, we have to trust him, and that he is good and faithful, and he will come through. So anyway, if anybody has anything else, before I end it, I just wanted to jump on here real quick and tell you about my cool little experience today with my new friend. I think I'll probably go hang out with him again, not tomorrow, but maybe one day this week. He was asking a lot of questions about the Bible and stuff, so I'm always excited to oblige. Anybody else? All right, guys, I'll talk to you all soon, and thank you again, Melissa. You guys have a great night. Bye.